Hi, I'm Ted from Everything Attachments, and we're today with the heavy duty Everything Attachments tiller. Now this tiller is really heavy duty. It comes in an 80-inch and a 90-inch. This is heavier than most any of the other tillers that I sell in this width. This has a spherical gear in it, just like the rear end in your car, meant to run 24 hours a day, so these are super commercial tillers. If you look under here at the rotor assembly, it's really big. It's got a huge torque tube. The whole assembly does unbolt, and the outer bearing, instead of just being a greased bearing, is actually a wet bearing, roller bearing running in oil, and I'll show you that. This is a Category 2 tiller. It has two different hitch pin heights here, so just depending on the size of your tractor and the depth you want to go to which pinhole you're going to use here. The drive shaft is super heavy duty. This thing weighs about 60 pounds or more. It's a solid splined shaft. It doesn't get any heavier than this. When you cut it, if you look at the how to cut video on our website, probably a hacksaw is not going to work too good for this one. You're going to need some type of power bandsaw or a sawzall or something to cut this solid shaft. It's going to be much harder to cut, but it's a much heavier duty shaft. It has the C-shaped tines on it instead of the L-shaped tines, which I like the way it cuts much better than an L-shaped tine. Turn me around to the side here, Peanut. As you can see here, the slides on it are already doubled. That's 1/2 inch thick material. They've already bolted another one to the bottom. Like I say, these tillers are designed to run constantly, and they're just really commercial, so that's why we picked them to be the Everything Attachments tiller. This has an oil check right here, so this is actually running in oil for this outer bearing, which is unusual. It has 5 different settings for your height here, for your depth control. It's got a tube. Turn me around to the back, Peanut. As you can see, the whole gearbox is supported from both sides and right here. And you've got dual springs on your tailgate for different adjustments with your spring pins here to how much you want the tailgate to be down for the consistency of your soil. Super heavy duty. The ends do unbolt. Then it's hinged right here where you can remove it if you want to. But that's a heavy piece. You're probably going to need 2 people to help you. Turn me on around to the gearbox side, people. This is just physically, up to here is about a little over 2 feet. So just physically, this is a lot bigger tiller than what we're usually dealing with. Just to give it extra, this is a gear drive tiller. To give it extra protection, they have added another steel casing around the bottom part of this. Most likely you will be buried up a little bit on this, so just giving you more wear area without wearing through your case here where your gears are. Come on back around to the front. It's got a nice kick-up kickstand right here. You just undo one pin, turn it up, so you're not going to have this big thing rotating over on you. Just everything about this complete bar that runs the full width where your hitch goes. On these, 60, really big 60 to 100 horsepower tractors, this is what you're going to be using. And at Everything Attachments, we're really glad to have this tiller marked as an Everything Attachments. The manufacturer of this tiller is from South Korea, and they make the OEM tillers for many of the major brands, including Coyote, LS, New Holland. And their stuff's really heavy duty, so we're happy to have them at Everything Attachments. Give us a call or an email and we'll help size the tiller right for your tractor and make sure you're getting the right